All right, let's dive right in. If you've ever tried to get into dropshipping, you know the feeling, right? You've got like 20 tabs open, a dozen different tutorials, all telling you opposite things, and you're just sinking in information. Well, this is the Masterclass, the one-stop blueprint designed to cut right through all that noise and get you on the fast track to success. This right here is probably the number one reason people quit before they even get started. It's called analysis paralysis. You see all these success stories online, but for you, it just feels like you're spinning your wheels, going nowhere. Look, you're not alone in this. It's a super common pain point, but it stops today. Because today, we are going to slice right through all that confusion. We're giving you the exact mental and technical framework that's been used to scale a brand new store from absolute zero to over $1,000 a day in revenue. This isn't just some theory, okay? This is a proven, actionable plan. So let's start with the most critical pillar. Seriously, this is the foundation that everything else is built on. Taking action. This is where your journey really truly begins. Here's the honest truth. You probably have enough knowledge to get started right now. The real thing holding you back isn't what you don't know. It's that fear of making a mistake, overthinking every tiny little detail. That's what keeps you on the sidelines. So here's the fix. Step one is simple. Commit. Just go and start a Shopify trial. That one small action mentally shifts you from being a spectator to being a business owner. And step two, build with speed. Don't waste weeks fiddling with design. Use AI tools like Shopify's own theme generators to get your store's foundation built in literally minutes. The goal here is all about momentum. And this quote, it captures the exact mindset you need to adopt. Your job isn't to become the world's best graphic designer. Your job is to be a system builder. You're focusing on creating a framework that generates revenue. So stop stressing about the small stuff, because what really, really matters is making sales. Okay, let's keep building on this. Your store is up, so now for the million-dollar question. What are you going to sell? This is where most beginners go completely wrong, so let's make sure we get this right from the get-go. Check this out, because this slide shows the critical difference. On the left, you have the amateur approach, just guessing. Oh, I think this is a cool product. On the right, you have the professional approach, using data. Tools like Google Trends literally show you what people are already searching for. Don't guess what the market wants. Let the market tell you. And this is the key takeaway you have to burn into your brain for product selection. You have got to remove your personal bias. It just doesn't matter if you love the product. The only thing that matters is if the data shows that enough other people love it enough to actually buy it. This shift from passion to pragmatism, well, that's what separates the winning stores from the ones that fail. Okay, so you've got a store and a product that's backed by real data. Now you need customers. Let's talk about the engine of your business, marketing. Success today really requires a two-pronged attack. As you can see here, on one side, you've got the insane viral reach of TikTok organic, that raw, high-energy stuff that feels like a friend's recommendation. And on the other side, you've got this surgical precision of Meta's paid ads, using their powerful AI to find your exact customers and scale to the moon. You absolutely need both to truly dominate. But listen, you don't just throw a bunch of money at ads and pray for the best. Professionals use a strategy called spin tests. Think of it like a small, really smart gamble. You spend a tiny budget, like super small, just to see if an ad idea even has legs. If it works, great, you invest more. If it flops, you cut it loose. This is how you minimize your risk and maximize your return. All right, let's zoom out from the tactics for a second and talk strategy. Because to make this whole thing last, you've got to stop thinking like you're running a little side hustle and start acting like a CEO. Now, this is a hard truth, but it's an absolutely essential one. I'm just going to be real with you. While you can start lean, you cannot start with nothing. There are real costs involved: your domain name, Shopify fees, your ad spend. Treating this like a real business means you're prepared to invest in its foundations right from day one. So when you start making a profit, and you will, what do you do with that money? The pros, they have a golden rule. Reinvest 20 to 30% of it right back into the business. This is how you fuel your growth. This is how you pour gasoline on the fire and turn a small win into a sustainable long-term operation. And these right here, these are the non-negotiables. These are the things that separate a hobby from a legitimate enterprise. Open a separate business bank account.
Track every single penny of your finances meticulously, and please, prepare for taxes from your very first sale. This kind of operational discipline is the bedrock of a real 6 or 7-figure brand.
So we've covered the store, the product, the marketing, and the operations. But none of it, and I mean none of it, matters without this final and arguably most important pillar, your mindset. Let me be perfectly clear. This is a real business, which means you're going to have real problems. It's just part of the deal. Your ad account might get restricted, a shipment will probably get delayed, an ad that you absolutely loved might completely flop. These are not signs of failure. These are inevitable parts of the process. You have to expect them. And that right there is the core of being resilient as an entrepreneur. Every single successful person you admire has had to navigate these storms. The frustration you'll feel, it's real for sure, but it's temporary. The key is to just step back, take a breath, and come back the next day even more motivated to solve the problem and get that win. So it all comes down to this. You now have the tools, you have the plan. The entire blueprint is laid out right in front of you. The only thing left to decide is what you're going to do with it. The path from being a spectator to becoming a business owner is just a single step, and it all starts with action. The choice is yours.